All right, next up on our Santa Barbara special, our great friends, folks that I've been able to have some amazing life experiences with, and really kind of the pinky and the brain of Santa Barbara. How about that? Do you know what that refers to? It's a little cartoon. But the Chris Curran and Bruno Diafonso, thank you so much for joining us. I love you guys, and it's so great to see you. I want to encourage, everyone that's watching this, being a participant, to come and go and visit some of these folks that are on the show, and you never walk away quite the same way after a visit to Chris and Bruno's tasting room. It's just really a fantastic spot I refer people to all the time. And how are you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank
Doing
you very
well.
much for having us.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, we're taping on a morning show because Wednesday, the night of our show, it's Chris's birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Another one.
You got some big plans that night? Where are you gonna go?
Oh, who knows? It just depends on what's going on at the winery. But you always have that idea that you're gonna do something fun and get out of here. So
And the weather has a lot to do with it, obviously. We were trapped in this house for like 3 days. We couldn't get on the road. We couldn't go to either way.
Yeah.
We live on a ranch,
we still don't have
and
mail.
that was it. No mail, no nothing, no cars, which was dead quiet, which was great.
Right. And that's because of the rains that we just had.
Rains, floods, landslides, all that.
Wow. Well, I hope there's no damage, but up till now, it seems like it's been good for the planet, or good for our world anyway, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, we don't have to go out. I'll make her something better than probably any restaurant can. So I'll just make her something.
How long have you guys been together?
91, I believe.
So 30 plus years.
I
When
can't
you-
do the math.
When you met each other, you were working for others.
I was at Sanford.
You were at Sanford.
Sanford Winery.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was in college, so
You were in college. You were in high school.
no.
I'm not that
He's
bad.
not
Although,
Well, between the two of you, you both have multiple wine degrees and an incredible resume that you brought to your brand, and you bring your passion and a lot of ideas to Santa Barbara. Certainly expanding the space, as we will hear about a number of different projects that you guys take on, and that's really cool. And tonight we're probably going right down the center lane, showing off one of your Pinot Noirs. That's something you do very well, and I've seen different iterations. This is a fantastic Santa Barbara ambassador for Pinot Noir. So when we started putting this together, this was kind of like the first wine I put into the stack. I said, okay, we're going to build around this one right here. And so I'm so thrilled to be able to talk to you guys and catch up with you. But yeah, definitely got to make a trip up. Of course, we're in the Santa Rita Hills, is where you call home.
We do.
Yeah. And how many acres do you guys have out there?
We are on 2,700 acres. That is part of the original Santa Rosa land grant, that piece that was broken off back in the 1800s. And so our winery and our house are both on the property. We don't own anything other than wine and winery equipment.
I see. So you're residents of the property.
We are residents of the property, yes.
Very good.
we've been here since 2000. First vintage was 2007.
Oh, wow. Well, it seems longer than that to me, but
Well, we moved in 2001, right before I opened up Sea Smoke out in Lompoc. And so it was fortunate because we moved in August of 2001, and 2001 was Sea Smoke's first vintage.
Excellent. Yeah. And you were with Sea Smoke until, was that 2007, 8, 9, something like that?
I left in 2008, but the last wine that I actually fully produced and put into bottle was 2006. I started the 2007, and I was working at Sea Smoke and at Foley at the same time. And while I finished up Sea Smoke's bottling, and then was starting up trying to taste through all of Foley's wines and figure them out.
When you visit the winery, it's just a really great industrial space and allows for you guys to play with a lot of fun ideas. And this is one of your long-term guys here. What's his name?
Noe,
Noe?
and he's been with me for 18 years.
Wow.
He's been with us since the get-go, since 2007.
And it looks like he's working with some dry ice. Is that Pinot Noir?
That is Pinot Noir. That is, looks like it's, actually it says Rancho La Vigna on it, so it must have been our small production of Rancho La Vigna. We also do small production of Sanford and Benedict in bins, because they're too small to get up on our jackets, on our larger red wine fermentation tanks, which are outside. So we're just trying to keep the wine cool, trying to keep it protected, and obviously doing punch downs on the caps.
So the dry ice lowers the temperature and has kind of a protective gas release there,
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to be putting your hand in that.
Right.
Cold.
Very cool. Well, it looks amazing. And how many different Pinot Noirs will you make in a year?
Oh, currently we're probably doing, we do the Santa Barbara County, we do Rancho La Vigna, we have a Rancho La Vigna, a reserve type of wine. So sometimes we'll do different cultivars. So we have currently 115, 667, and a 777. So we could bottle those separately. We tend to like to do the balance together. Each cultivar brings in a different component to the blend of Pinots. So we probably can do anywhere. And then we have Sanford and Benedict. So probably got around six different Pinots usually.
Yeah, 3 different vineyards, basically. The Santa Barbara County is mostly Rancho La Vigna, and at times it has a touch of Sierra Madre, because it's price point sensitive, and we want to make a nice drinkable wine for people that aren't uber wealthy, and it's a good entry level wine of the people kind of wine.
Sure. Well, and it's getting more and more challenging, obviously, to keep prices at bay, especially when you have vintages like 2000, where there were a lot of fires in Northern California. So a lot of Northern California wineries came looking for grapes and sourcing in Santa Barbara. And that drives demand drives price, and prices of the fruit have gone up significantly over the last couple of years, right?
Everything has significantly gone up, and glass, corks, capsules, labels, shipping is out of control. It's hard to even get glass, so it's harder to find fruit because of the problems that up north it was having for a few years in a row. And then they came down here, and once they came down here, they decided, hey, this is a good place. So
Yeah.
where we were a little bit more flying under the radar before, we're not any longer. So
Well, when you visit, you'll also see a number of different projects that you guys take on. How many grape varieties are you working with at this time? Do you guys even know?
I think this year we are at about 16 different grape varietals.
Cool. And you make a
I
lot of,
haven't done my grape crush report. It's past due for 3 days, so I'll be doing that after the show today.
And a lot of those are very small lots that you're making for your wine club.
Correct. We make most of our varietals for our wine club, so it's not available out. You won't see these out at restaurants. We do about 90% of our distributor sales are on premise. Very little of it is off premise, and our biggest off premise buyer is Whole Foods. But then the balance of our real small productions, sometimes just enough to do a club run, is for direct to consumer. So we'll do anywhere from 60 cases to 600 cases for direct to consumer.
Now, Bruno, you guys, when I visited you last, which was many years ago now, but I remember tasting a Pinot with you that you left in wood for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Is that still part of your project?
Not in its entirety. What we do is every so often we lay down all the barrels and we taste through them all. Chris, Noe, and myself, and Omar, and who is also our assistant. And sometimes we'll find 6 or 8 barrels, maybe even up to 10, that are very unique on their own. Set those aside, and we just let it run. And just to give you an example, we did do a Tempranillo that went 12 barrels, 12 years in barrel, and 3 years in bottle.
Wow.
Just releasing it now.
And so we'll do a Pinot Noir for 4, 5, 6 years in barrel. It will be 100% new French oak, because really that's the only way you can do that. And we just keep an eye on it, and it turns from a Pinot Noir into more of an idea, right? It ceases to be a wine and becomes this idea that you can actually taste.
Fun.
That's how that works. But it's not every year.
I get it.
No.
Now, guys like you can say, what do you have that's weird, that's different? And then we could get it to you.
Right.
See?
Right.
It's not something you go in, do you have the 8-year-old in barrel? Nobody knows about these things. It's sort of like an underground sort of dialogue that we have.
Like the secret menu.
Like a secret menu. Yeah, we're in and out burger.
In and out burger. We've done things. We're doing some Albarino. We do Gruner Veltliner. We do Gewürztraminer dry. We have Graciano.
Graciano's beautiful wine.
Beautiful wine. That's in bottle already.
That's Spanish.
And we have a Montepulciano this year. We also have the Claret. Claret, the white.
Which is a white Rhone grape. We had to look that one up. That's I don't know anybody making one of those. That's so cool.
It's a lot of fun. So we look forward to having some of these wines, that a little esoteric for some people, but that's what it's about. And it's really fun tasting these all the way through fermentation and then all the way up to bottling, because you see the changes. And then when people are able to buy them, I think people will be very happy with them. So.
Yeah, one thing you have to understand is, okay, we have a 12,000 square foot building, and it's very industrial. It's a working winery. There is no tasting room in there. When you come in or you make an appointment, there's either a little bar, or there's a table, or there's a barrel, but you get introduced to the wines that are in tank and barrel. And then you finish up with wines that are in bottle. I find wines in bottle sort of after the fact. I like to show people that come in, this is an educational facility more than it is a sales facility. So I like I like when people come in, they get educated on different levels, different points in a wine's life. Juice, fermenting juice, just dry, fined, not fined, all these things. And the questions that they ask, they've been dying to ask for so long. And then as the educational facility that we are, we can answer them because we're, again, like you said prior, we have 4 degrees and we know what we're talking about when it comes to science.
Do you guys
I mean,
ever argue about the science?
You can't argue about science.
You can't.
Science is.
Right. So there's no like, is there a nature versus nurture argument that you guys can have?
That's not science. That's something else.
That's belief systems.
She doesn't promote alchemy and I promote chemistry, or I promote alchemy and she promotes chemistry. There's just no such thing as alchemy. So you throw that out and now we're talking chemistry.
Very
And
good.
then this equation equals this, and it's always been doing this for the last 10 million years.
The sun doesn't rise in the west over here.
Yeah. Even though
We're way out
way
west.
out west.
Well, awesome. So what is your how do you describe this Pinot Noir when people pick this up and they are looking at it in the glass? What is it that you want them to see and experience here in your Santa Barbara County Pinot Noir?
I think the most important thing is to really understand or to see that it's when we're making wine, we don't want to see any flaws. We want something that is fruity, yet is extremely well balanced with tannins, good acid, nothing flabby, and just really a well-rounded, it's just like what you want to see in people. You want to see well-rounded people. They have interests, they engage you. That's what we want to see in our wines. That's what I want to see in my wines.
Outstanding. And Santa Barbara as a Pinot location, the signature elements of Pinot Noir from Santa Barbara is, I really think it presents, something that's very consistent, it's very dependable and unique, but also kind of optimal. And that's why Santa Barbara has become such a great Pinot Noir destination, because it really takes this thin-skinned grape variety and gives it something that other parts of the world just cannot capture. And it's probably 1,000 different little things that kind of come together to make that happen. But I do think that Santa Barbara Pinot, we've seen it skyrocket in popularity over the last literally 20 years, and it's starting to achieve even a higher plateau, especially as other parts of the wine community, whether it's Napa Valley producers or Sonoma County producers or producers that are now Pinot specialists that make Oregon Pinot, Sonoma Coast Pinot, and by the way, Santa Barbara Pinot. They're just kind of expanding their horizons and trying to make really the best wines on the planet. And so this is just a great ambassador wine. I think from a price quality standpoint, it's right where you would hope it could be for this type of quality. We have a pretty aggressive price available for the people that are watching this show. But it is a go-to wine for me. I use it in my classes and my Pinot seminars and stuff like that. And it served me very well. And when this vintage is gone, we'll be rolling into the next one. So you can count on it being in my store as a benchmark wine of Santa Barbara.
Well, thank you for backing us up there and for supporting us. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wish I could do more. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I thank you very much for being here. And I can't wait to see you again. Come get up and visit Chris and Bruno and make sure you eat before you get there.
Yes, and but we always tell people the winery is about the wines. So the winery temperature is kept extremely cold. So it might be 80 degrees outside, and it's going to be about 47, maybe 52 inside. So come wearing a parka.
And you're gonna taste
Yes, and eat before you
20
come.
wines,
There's,
so.
there's no food on this road.
And we want you to be the first here on your adventure in the valley, simply because I don't want to have to re-educate what you just learned at another winery. So you come to us first, and then you can go and play at the rest of the wineries as much as you want.
Well, what I encourage people to do is not making another appointment. Just go and see.
That might be good because we get in, we try not to get into trouble with other winemakers, but
No, it's more about you don't want to rush. You get there.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes that people, put, oh, well, I'm going to go to 5 wineries today. And I said, you're not going to make it to 5 wineries. It's just not. And especially once Bruno gets involved and he's on the, it's not the 3-hour tour, it's the, 5-hour tour. So
well, that's what makes
I'm
it
prepared.
special. That's what makes it special. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great
you,
day.
Ian.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
Well, thank you and Happy New Year.
Yes, happy New Year. Hope
Thank
everything
you.
goes well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Talk to you soon.
bye-bye.
Bye.